It definitely messed with me in my race a little bit. Thinking to myself that whenever the timer hits 0, I need to go ahead and like start my splits and reset. Wait, no, I don't need to start my splits. I just need to reset.
Right, right.
It's weird not hitting those two buttons together.
Totally. Getting resynced here.
We go ahead and get started.
And
And as we discussed earlier, both players on the same version, so no version difference, and we are probably expecting them to take about the same route. So hopefully we'll see the routes pretty well synchronized throughout this race. Now, of course, the first big decision of the run, how are you going to go for Lakitu skip? Most Lakitu skip setups are within about the same time range, but kind of differ in how easy they are to set up. At one end of the spectrum, you've got that kick to the right that gives you a really good camera, but it's like a tenth of a second slower than most of the other setups. And then on the extreme end, I think some people are doing now like a speed kick Lakitu skip setup. It's
wow.
crazy what some people are implementing.
Yeah.
We see Doginator with the long jumps to the right, setting up a straight-on cam, but Toilet, unfortunately, a little too far to the right with that angled cam. Stowe's is going to go ahead and head into the lobby inside the staircase.
Let's see how LPLK goes. Ooh.
Pretty nice start here. And they pause buffering to make sure that they get around the door. Really interesting consistency strat there.
Up there.
Absolutely nailing it on that first try. And Toilet, venturing into the room of death. Oh no, but they do know this backup here. You are able to BLJ out of there since you can't actually get into the door proper. But Toilet going to go ahead and just downgrade right to the non-LBLJ route. So this is going to be an interesting disparity.
Yeah, really tough stuff for Toilet. You hate to see that happen to them, but you know, hopefully they're just able to pick up that slack by at least doing most of what they can do. But now having to get all 8 stars is definitely taking out some very crucial basement stars.
Yeah, the basement stars are a lot faster generally, and if you don't do LBLJ, you're forced to meet that 8-star requirement from the first Bowser door. And so it forces a lot of the category into the lobby, which does make things more consistent overall. But if you haven't practiced all these stars, they can still have little sticking points, like Toilet showed here.
Yeah.
Bomb Clip not quite working out for them. And taking a pretty massive time loss. This is almost a minute behind what you would want optimally in this route. But no big deal. This race is certainly not over yet, and you've got to keep in mind that Doge making it through Dark World really nicely, but they are on the harder route ultimately. Those basement stars that are faster are including some really difficult ones like Pillowless or Logless or
a lot of
Volcano Star that you've got to do.
There's a lot to lose.
Oh, and Toilet missing Salt Cannonless too, unfortunately. Not the worst way to miss Cannonless, luckily.
True.
If you do get a perfect Salt on your second try, you're actually matching the time you would get with a full setup. But
oh, wow.
Yeah, it's that powerful of a setup over the texture and full setups, but it's just so inconsistent still. You've even got top runners like Ouija that have devoted like days worth of time into that one trick. Literally running Mario's head into a wall over and over, and they still can't quite get it consistent. Oh, man. Toilet is just having a rough start to this race.
Yeah.
Not even getting a proper attempt
for his own. Gonna opt for the full setup. Toilet going for the texture.
Yeah, and Doginator's first ledge grab position looked clean. There we go.
There it is.
Yeah, there are a couple of spots that if Mario ledge grabs with that full setup, it won't actually work. And it's deceptively hard to actually hit a perfect down on your stick.
It really is.
It's really easy to hit like slightly right or slightly left and not realize it, and that messes up the whole setup. You've got to hit like an exactly slight out of neutral down. Yeah. And so it takes some practice. Even though that full setup can be really consistent, it takes some work to get there. Doginator, though, missing Owless, unfortunately. And you got synchronized attempts at Owless. Oh, but Toilet missing it.
Toilet missing. Oh. Lining it up again.
Oh man. No. Fairly short every time. I think that they may not be. Well, let's see. I think they may be falling slightly out of their triple jump or something before they get the wall kick. There's like 4 or 5 separate factors that you're trying to optimize all together to make that star a success every time. Because ideally, you want to get as much height out of your triple jump as possible, so when you make contact for the wall kick, you don't want a firstie, and you want as little speed on your wall kick generally, so that you don't have like a ton of momentum going away from the cage. So like it's a lot of stuff that you're trying to optimize all together to make sure that works. Toilet just really unlucky on this attempt, but working their way through the rest of the
entering the basement wall, defeating the giant slab man. Let's see how Doge fares with these basement stars.
Yeah, Mario is showing us how modern problem solving works. You know, the Womp King comes to you and tells you, look, I'm tired of you walking all over me. So Mario just continues to walk all over him. This is how you solve problems today.
Oh!
Now, meanwhile, Doge sliding right into the quicksand pit, not quite getting that pillarless attempt out. One of the hardest parts of Tomaplex is just getting that angling right on the dismount from the same slope.
That angle is so
little
tight.
timing to do it.
Toilet gonna be finishing Womp here. Oh, tosses the bomb away on the second plus attempt.
Yeah, gonna have to take
top of the pyramid.
Yeah, he's actually gone for the Talon backup there. The Talon backup is slightly faster since it loses a bit less time compared to.
Yeah. Right, Toilet's gonna be heading into CCM now. While we see Doge attempt another plus.
Even though Doge's route does have a significant advantage. Okay, so they've managed to get a good regrab here, gotten over the slope. And they've got the glitzy double jump out. All right.
Good.
And nice angle. There we go.
Nice. Oh, Toilet dying to the no wall kick strat. Unfortunately.
Just having... Man. Toilet just cannot seem to pick this run back up together, unfortunately.
We're going to be setting it up again here.
Nicely done.
Nice.
Taking I hate that camera angle, I gotta be honest. I definitely prefer the Mario cam there.
Nice Talon here from Doge. Well, guess we should wait. Okay. Was a little
slightly missed the star there. Oh man.
But
also kind of a weird camera angle from Doge's side there. I definitely prefer... I think a lot of runners kind of underrate how good Mario Cam can be for like a nice centered cam for strats. Oh, Doginator, okay. I guess he had like kind of a weird start there. Like his inputs didn't quite do what he wanted, and so he had to take awkward intro movement. And this star is so much more awkward. The second anything wrong happens with your initial setup, it's so free as long as everything goes right at first. Which, like, I'm sure people that don't play this game are thinking, like, of course it's free if everything works right. But, like, as long as your initial setup works properly, then, like, the final triple jump is super easy. But the second that you got to do that backup triple jump, it's really, really weird and finicky. Nicely done from Doginator.
Toilet enter Dark World here as Doge goes for reds. Ooh.
Taking a bit of a burn, but that's okay.
Yeah. Thankfully doesn't get stuck under the puzzle piece.
Wait, that's possible? I don't know if I've ever seen that happen.
I swear I feel like I saw that happen once, but maybe I am just lying, spreading Mario misinformation here.
I mean, I could see it happening. I've seen all sorts of weird things in this game. I've seen people die from just being beside a wet dry road platform in the wrong way. Like, there's been a lot of weird stuff, so I wouldn't discount it happening.
Ooh, taking the burn there, but still gonna make it to get rid of this bully.
Having to take a little extra time there.
Yeah. Oh god, scary kick there from Toilet, accidentally kicking the pipe.
But luckily not taking a death there. But yeah, as Pokey mentioned, yeah, in Fire Sea you can fall under one of the moving platforms.
That might be what I'm thinking of then.
Yeah, it has like a sloped bottom on it, so Mario can end up kind of getting trapped there. It's Doginator heads into the volcano. Let's see. It looks like they're going to be going for elevator tour. Yeah, the more consistent choice for the LBLJ route.
Definitely.
Now, they timed their triple jump dive kind of awkwardly, so they didn't actually get as much height as they wanted on that pole. So having to take some pretty awkward movement up to the top here, but do manage to get to the star without taking a fall, which is the important part here.
Yep, and now with Toilet entering the basement, we've got a pretty significant 2-star lead here, soon to be 3 with Toad. But
and Toilet does kind of have like just cleanup duty here, getting all the fastest stars within the basement. But Doge, of course, you know, just has to do with HMC, which is a relatively quick stage. Let's see here. Oh,
checking out that wall there for a second, making sure all is well.
So this is pretty interesting. They're going to go for Swimming Beast in the cavern as opposed for going for the that triple box jump strategy. They're going to go for the side flip in the room there. I think it actually may have been faster if they did like a really clean elevator, but that was still pretty quick.
Toilet. Really unfortunate death from Toilet there.
Oh man, messing up Talon. Talon is one of the few stars that on the no LBLJ route that are really easy to mess up. Oh man.
Definitely fighting quite the uphill battle here, but able to get it this time, hopefully. Alright. Safe and sound.
Doge having a lot of trouble getting this wall kick out. Okay, here we go.
Nice.
Just could not side flip into that wall properly.
This was not happening. Nice hopping pyramid from Toilet.
He's going to be venturing out of SSL. Only got 1 star to collect in the lethal lava land.
Nice triple jump from Doge. And clean red from Toilet as well. Now we'll see if this first roadblock allows Toilet to catch up at all, but missing that grab there.
So that's going to cost a few seconds here. Toilet having to venture over an HMC, and Doge taking like the... I mean, that's about
nailing his way down. I think that's what he's got to do for sure. He's got to really secure the grab at that point.
Yeah, just make sure you get the grab. Use the most consistent possible strat. Having to take things really easy and breezy. Has this like dead on camera angle. One of the most important factors with this wooden door skip is just camera management. Getting that good, slightly angled camera. And here we go with the final door. Nicely done.
Very quick second door.
Oh no! The Toilet trying to do C-up slide, but not quite managing to make it work. Does manage to avoid the pit, though. Let's see what Doge goes for as far as front or rear sub. I'm assuming with the other
wide of an angle there.
Oh, okay, they do get the ledge grab today, at least. You can see from their face cam that they are just not happy with this run at all.
Yeah.
All right, we've got Doge going ahead, looking like they're setting up for rear sub.
Looking good. Ooh. Interesting opting for the triple jump there instead of the side hop, but maybe that's just me.
The triple jump works well as a backup movement, but I agree that the side hop, the side flip makes a lot more sense as standard movement.
Maybe Doge just wasn't sure about the momentum coming out of the water there.
We got Toilet with a good nice grab here.
Toilet, that's gonna be a lot of time over Doge. Let's see if the skips themselves are just as clean. Doge not going to be able to make zero cycle there, bonking instead of being able to jump off to grab the pole. First try for Toilet on the first door. Second door clean as well.
All right, now Doge taking the straight on camera angle, eating all the lag and doesn't even get the long jump out.
Oh, God.
Man. You just absolutely slugging his way through the intro part of this final bit of Fire Sea. Man. Not really what you want to see happen. And that's one advantage of using any of the lag reduction cams is if you do make a mistake, you don't have to eat all that lag on the backup.
Exactly, because not only does it, you know, take the extra time, but it makes it so much more awkward.
Yeah, and once you start introducing lag into the equation, all your muscle memory for movements like just goes away. Like
Absolutely.
A lot of the time that you're playing the game, you're basing button presses just off like these mentally ingrained timings. Like I need to roll out this long after a dive on flat ground. I need to long jump here in the stage. You know that kind of stuff. So once you start getting lag into the equation and like those timings get different, oh man.
Oh, knock-in full skip there.
Oh,
but unfortunately not be a zero cycle for Toilet either, but...
Oh, no. Oof. Yeah, they've got that ledge grab too. Really unfortunate.
Was trying to set up the triple jump there too, but just a little too far down the...
Nice backwards cam.
Beautiful back cam. That nice lagless, what you want to see.
Oh, and Doginator with a first try BLJ. Let's go.
This is big. This is really big for Doge right now because, you know, Toilet, especially if they were able to nail that full skip there, that could have been a zero cycle and really tied things up. But that first try from Doge, let's see.
Yeah, that's really amazing. BLJ that can do his time.
Well, really nicely done. Unbelievable.
That's really, man, beautiful BLJs from Doge.
Yeah, Toilet's really going to have to match those.
I wonder if Doge runs 120 potentially, or maybe they just like this more horizontal cam for Sky.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of
wow! One of the most forgiving balls coming out for Doge here.
The game's oh my, okay. To elaborate on how insane that really was, like Doge somehow managed to hit like the corner of that platform so exactly to get like a glitched bonk that managed to save him from falling off that platform and potentially falling out of Sky entirely. Like that's such a crazy, weird way to be saved.
Yeah.
If he fell onto the platform and
it's the first try.
Ooh, nicely done. Okay. Doge almost looking at Sky, but Doge needs to
get a few missed throws.
Yeah, Doge has like at least 3 throws I think that they could miss, but even so, Toilet still is technically in this.
Nice. Taking a little bit of time, but still getting it first try on the second stairs as well. Doge now heading into the fight. First grab. Ooh,
okay, throwing him a little short, but that's going to be okay.
Oh no.
Bowser's so close to the platform, it's going to be a little hard to run around him, especially on a Hori. Remember, a lot of runners throw Bowser with a Hori, which they're not really moving Mario with. But we do have that first throw coming out, and Bowser's back a lot more towards the center of the stage.
No, Toilet going for right side, unfortunately falling down.
It's Doginator missing yet another one. Oh man. Toilet trying to advance their way up Sky here.
Oh no!
They're attempting to line up for right side and ledge grabbing on the slope platform there. Oh man! Meanwhile, Doge just needs one more throw, but still missing that last throw. Okay, Toilet still clinging on by just a thread as Doge tries to get this third throw desperately. They've got the perfect lineup. Just need to make that distance, and this looks good. There we go. Doge going to clinch off this first win with a low 19 here. Having a little bit of a sloppy fight here, but that's okay. Bowser can be slippery. But GG's to Doginator. Toilet just, unfortunately, could not get it together. A lot of mistakes after that initial LBLJ, and I think a lot of this came down to just having to do a route they didn't initially plan for.
Absolutely. That, like, big shift has just got to be so hard on not only like your nerve, but also just your muscle memory. I'm sure Toilet has not really been practicing the no LBLJ route, you know? So that's it's really hard to mentally take that on, but still a good run nonetheless. Definitely, you know, caught up in the end.
Exactly right. I still just I'm in disbelief at, I know it's such a small thing, but that weird bonk on the elevator platform.
That was
Like
insane.
that was I think that was sub-pixel perfect. I think it was that level of precision. I'm not entirely sure of the mechanics behind that, I'll be honest, but I do know that like if he had landed on the platform proper and then Mario's momentum slid him off, then they wouldn't have actually been like they would have just slid right off and they wouldn't have taken that bonk. That was just so weird.
It really was. It's very bizarre, but you know, helped out in the end.
And
Yeah, it absolutely would have been a death there in this.
Yeah. And Doge saying in the back room that they had some nerves going, but they're okay.
Here we go!
Yeah, both runners just taking a minute after that run. After any given speed run, you've always got to just take a minute and let the adrenaline kind of run its course. Decompress just a little bit.
Runners actually chatting here. Finding out if Doge landed the LBLJ, which he did indeed.
Alright, we're checking and making sure that our runners are readying up in the chat. Yeah, what a first run from both of these runners. And I mean, a lot of racers will attest that a first race of a set will definitely have a lot more nervousness going into it. But definitely GG's to both of these runners for sticking through and persevering. You could see from Toilet's face cam that they had a lot of moments that they were not happy at what was going on. Let's see how this next race goes ahead and shakes up here. We'll go ahead and check the files here. Of course, you never want to have a saved file going whenever you go to reset your console. Okay, Doge copying this random file, but okay.
Perhaps a little mind games here to start a game 2.
Don't tell me this is like code for something. Don't tell me this is some kind of like secret message. Someone tell me in chat if this is supposed to mean something.
219 star files.
On the right hand side, what does it mean?
Racing.
Wait, is this loss?
Jesus.
I guarantee now that I've said that, in some race going forward, someone is going to set up their save files to be loss.
All right, game 2 getting underway here.
Now, obviously, both of our runners in the first race were attempting the LBLJ route at the beginning. And I think if you're Toilet, the play for them is definitely to go ahead and just stick with the LBLJ route, even though they had a few issues with the trick itself. You know, I definitely think with how they seem to handle a no LBLJ route, it certainly seems like there's some rust going on with some stars there. But meanwhile, Doge, you know, while they did pull off some really impressive strats, like I think they pulled off side hop first try in that first run. A lot of the strats that they're doing, they did show that they do have some inconsistency at. Now, Toilet taking off the shirt. Let's see if it speeds them up here as we get right on down into game 2.
Airspeed and
aerodynamics
drag reduction.
Yeah, by reducing the coefficient of drag on the runner themselves.
Oh, but that
yet
drag is
again.
not going to help the Lakitu skip, and Doge is going to take it again.
See, Lakitu is mad because he is a person of the air, and so he's mad that you're reducing the drag of air on yourself by taking off your shirt. He's mad about that.
Wow, both runners
Committing to no LBLJ. Okay.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Doginator with the long jumps here.
Oh, gonna be in front of the bomb. That's not gonna cut it.
Oh, yeah, and throwing the bomb a little early on his jump, so he really didn't have any sort of window to catch it. Meanwhile, Toilet, very nice bomb catch there.
And now that's gonna be Toilet taking the quick lead there. No Lakitu, but definitely not having to wake the pole. Kind of fucked up for Doge waking the pole, but it's fine.
And you can see how much time loss Doginator's having to take there from having to take the pole as a backup. It's a lot faster if you are able to do a second try bomb clip, but it's pretty difficult to reset up everything with that little cam there. Both of our players are going on into Womps, and there's a lot of decisions that you could make going on into Womps. You could go for Cannonless first or Owlless first. Or if you really wanted to just shoot yourself in the foot, I guess you could go for Wild Blue first. I don't know why. But Toilet, very nice Salt Quest setup.
The Salt Quest.
Nicely done. By setting up your camera in that particular way, you can make what would be normally called OG Cannonless a bit more consistent. As Doginator going for the full setup, all that like little weird ritual-looking movement on the flank and such was Doginator doing what Toilet got to skip over with the Salt Quest setup.
Oh no, but the Owlless
missing Owlless, unfortunately, and that eats away just about all the time save that you would save doing Salt setup over full setup. Unfortunate, but does manage to get its second try, not repeating last race where it took a lot of tries to go ahead and make that trick work.
I didn't know about that lineup there from Doge, but it does work out.
There's a few different ways that you could approach Owlless. Of course, you've got the double jump Owlless gang, as well as the Simp Owlless crowd, which I myself am a member of, where you purposely try to cut your speed so much that you can manage to make it work with a firstie. Alright, Doginator collecting the Wild Blue Star. Once you get Cannonless, no need to save Wild Blue as a backup. You actually forgot how to do triple jump, Alice. I'm sure you're not the only one in that camp.
So Toilet actually taking the lead now here, going to be meeting Mr. Womp first.
Doginator with all the long jumps in the world. Taking the breezy movement over to the summit.
Checking out his vacation home on that island, making sure all is well.
And making sure his coin is still there. That's like, you put your dollar bills under the mattress, Mario puts his coin on an island in the sky. We are not the same.
We are not the same. Both gonna be right under the star button. Yeah, Toilet now in the lead for the first time in the match. Not by much, but enough to finally be in the lead.
Oh, nice backup there. That's kind of a hard backup to pick up sometimes. But easy to save yourself if you jump just a little off angle from the tree. Oh, and bonking on the little corner of the ceiling there.
Another very forgiving bonk here. Getting a lot of strange yet still forgiving bonks.
At least he was able to land right into that fence there. That little lip on the top of the fortress completely saved him. But Toilet advancing into CCM. Doge just behind. Nice breezy triple jump movement out of Womps. Womps exit is actually one of the hardest bits of castle movement that you would see, especially in 16 star. On the LBLJ route, the weird movement you have to do around the first corner to SSL is also kind of weird.
Nice. Toilet able to get a little bit of speed there, but still gonna nail it. Doge opting for the penguin first. I'm not sure if that's what happened last time. I don't believe so.
Yep, a lot of runners will opt for penguin first, since if you're doing the pro strat for wall kicks will work, if you die, you don't want to have to replay the text box. So it kind of makes sense to do Penguin first so that you can get the text box out of the way. But in my opinion, the text box makes Penguin a lot more awkward to the point that I would just rather deal with wall kicks will work with the text box.
Agree.
And Toilet having some issues grabbing the star around Mama Penguin. And Doginator taking the quick little fall of shame on the way down to the beginner wall kicks will work strat. Personally, I'm a lot more
there
fan
to
of
land right into the star.
Yeah, definitely saving a little bit of time over having to run around into the star. As Toilet and Doge now advancing over into Dark World. And let's see what happens. Both runners, I'm sure, going for Shigeru's cycle, which is about the comfy fast cycle. You could go faster with Shida and Tsukishima cycles, but both of those options are going to be a lot more difficult.
Definitely.
But Toilet maintaining good pace for Shig cycle here. This elevator right here kind of indicates whether you're on decent pace. Toilet a little slow, but can still make Shig. It's definitely still possible.
Let's see how Doge fares.
Yeah, so this platform that Doge landed on is the one that you would optimally want to land on for Shig cycle. You can reach that elevator a little bit earlier, but it requires some even more difficult movement as Doge takes a shock that pretty well kills his chances of Shig. And meanwhile, Toilet, unfortunately, also having to wait on the coin for normal cycle, but that's okay.
Oh, Doge.
Yeah, and Doge having to wait an additional cycle as well. Having to take late cycle there, about 8 seconds time loss compared to Shig. So every bit of that rotating platform... Oh, Doge barely landing on that little rotating flank there.
Taking it safe and just gonna walk his way to the coin.
Ooh, you can't blame him. I'm sure for a moment he thought he was dead.
Yeah. Toilet with a nice quick throw as Doge is now going to enter the fight. So this is a pretty comfy lead for Toilet right now.
Full Bowser fight and heading down to the basement. You know, both runners not having a ton to worry about unless Doge decides to go for side hop. Although, you know, side hop is certainly not required in the non-LBLJ route. It would only save about 3 or 4 seconds depending on how good you are at Talon. But Toilet advancing first in the shifting sandland, keeping their shirt off. I don't really know of what opportunity you would have in the run to put your shirt back on. I'd always hate to be in the position of I took my shirt off, but I really want to put it back on right after Bomb on Battlefield. That's one thing that I don't like about this game. I wish that we had like a light medallion cutscene like Ocarina of Time. And Toilet going on in for Talon Star and gets the Fly Guy landing, but they didn't hit the first time. As Doge losing a couple seconds here and there on castle movement.
Yeah, Toilet had the really nice speed kick around that corner there, where Doge, you know, going for the multitude of dives.
And that speed kick around that corner is pretty awkward to pull off properly. Doge nicely done hitting the Fly Guy as Toilet checks the fence out here. Yeah, and you pretty much want to just jump off like Toilet did, because if you try to walk in any direction, you're going to just ledge grab the fence again.
Yep.
And so meanwhile, we've got Toilet advancing over to Lethal Lava Land, Doginator sticking around in Shifting Sandland, gonna collect a little bit more sand in Mario's pockets. Taking a very interesting barely coming up short on the triple jump dive.
Going for a really wide angle there.
I wonder if that was fully intentional or if that was just a backup for forgetting to change the cam. Because, like, with the normal camera, you just hold left on the stick. So, not really sure why you would use an alternate camera there.
Toilet ended up missing a red there on the puzzle, but thankfully not one that would normally result in a booty burn. So losing a bit of time, but definitely not as much as potential.
Oh, and Doge, I think, was going for a burn. That's going to be a death. Oh no, barely just having Mario bounce a little too far. The burn physics are a little weird to get used to for sure. And I think that was just, for some reason, they didn't really have the momentum that they wanted on that first long jump. I'm not really sure what happened there. I've always been a firm believer of the 3 long jumps. I think... Oh, okay. There we go. As Toilet gets a nice triple box jump
Very
in
nice.
HMC.
Toilet's starting to feel it for sure. Enjoying the lead, feeling comfy.
And Box
Those are
Jump,
now
I
gonna be
think,
heading
is
over to
barely
HMC.
even faster than Boulder Star. I'm pretty sure. Someone do Christmas Miracle. For those who do not know, the Christmas Miracle Star is too slow for 16. That's unfortunate, I know. As Doginator having to back up side hop here.
Oh,
barely too far down. Here we go, trying again here, has a better angle here, but gets a firstie!
Not enough!
Oh! You cannot make a firstie work on that, unfortunately. It can't happen, and too low! No! Gonna take the death there on Logless. You hate to see it.
Toilet missing the grab, but able to snail on down to secure a grab as Doge goes for side hop again.
I think the real problem here, Doge doesn't need to single jump between the brick platform and the arrow platform. If you just walk off the brick platform, oh man. Backing up this star is so much harder than just doing it with the normal intended setup. Oh, and getting a firstie, and that's gonna be death number 2 to Logless. As Toilet tries to line on up Mips, but too far on the wooden door.
Going for the whole combo both times there, too. Both punches and a kick, just to make sure one of them does not grab. That one will do it. As we go again, and another burn.
Yet again too far, not going to get the triple jump here. Here we go, losing a little bit of height, and I'm not sure if that was a firstie, but I think the height loss definitely for sure did a miss if it wasn't.
God, and another death.
Just an absolutely brutal strat as Toilet advancing on over to Dire Docks. Doginator gonna have to commit to doing another star in Hazy Maze Cave now. And actually, wait a minute, they already did Talon, so I guess they were gonna originally skip Boulder. Why did they stick around after the first death? What? Okay, I'm not gonna question that decision making. They already had the star count that they didn't really need to stick around after that first death, but okay. In any event, we've got Toilet collecting the DDD star. Nice little rear sub, taking things easy, breezy, and consistent as Doginator gonna fall right down.
Oh, the stomp on the Scuttlebug, and the Scuttlebug says you will only slide into the pit. Very unfortunate as Toilet now heads into Fire Seed.
It's like a Rube Goldberg machine of pain that Doge got subjected to there. Doge gonna collect the amazing emergency exit star. Just needs one more star to go ahead and advance
to be able to make this. Really
Toilet,
clean.
very nice early cycle. No ultimate, unfortunately, but that's okay.
Going for the nice back cam again. Doge going back into Lethal Lava Land?
I guess they're just that committed to side hop. But I mean, they had another star that they could get in Hazy Maze Cave. I'm not exactly sure what the rationale is here, but it does manage to get it first try this time. And like I said,
there it is.
Once you get it with that intentional movement, it just works.
Is this gonna set up? Oh no, the worst throw to miss. Toilet.
Exactly right.
Say, yeah, the oh well, never mind. The
Doginator missing the Mips grab. That would have been an interesting Mips lineup that you don't normally have to do, leaving LOL for 16 star.
Yeah, perhaps that was actually Doge's reasoning behind that, to get that lineup, but he was not able to take advantage of it as Toilet is now.
Speaking of the weirdest camera angle, Doge just needs to neutral for like just a moment and his camera will set itself up a little better. That was one of... That must have been horrendously awkward on the stick motion. Oh wow, very, very nice and clean Fire Sea clip. But like because of Doge's camera angle there, they were having to like hold an out of up angle. And so like that, it's sort of been really, really weird to have to set up. it worked for them, and I'm glad they were able to get it, but that must have been horrendously awkward.
Definitely. Toilet here approaching BLJ's a huge lead. Definitely has time to... It's gonna
Nicely
just get it on the
done.
first try. Let's go. Toilet is really feeling it now on quite a pacer. You know, definitely not PB, but a lot.
Almost got a first catch there, but here we go. Trying, there we go.
Oh.
Just need to get against the wall, and there it is. Zipping right on up.
Hopping over the fin, now having one of 16 Star's worst nightmares. This sub backup with all of the lag.
You hate to see it, but trying to do that backup with a backwards cam is even more of a nightmare.
Toilet nailing the triple jump at the beginning here, looking really nice on bits. Oh god. Thankfully, just a ledge grab, not a bonk.
As we're gonna go ahead and advance over. Are we doing right side? We're doing left side this time. Okay. And nice skipping that ledge grab. Very, very clean moving left side. A little bit shaky on the elevator movements, but that's okay. Those elevators are super awkward.
Thankfully, no Goombas in sight to have anything to do with the angles. Dropping into the final fight here. Doge just now getting up the second half of Fire Seed. This is looking pretty comfortable for Toilet here. Missing that first
Doge
throw, but
nearly
just
diving
short.
off of the platform entirely. Got like kind of a weird angle whenever he was trying to jump, and he very nearly just dove his way off of Fire Seed. So we got Toilet in the fight.
First throw was good. Second one looks good. Is this going to be 3 quick ones from Toilet to seal the deal on game 2?
Nicely done.
Nicely done. We love to see a game 3, and not just because Commentator predicted one. We just love to see it in general.
Beautiful
Very
stuff
nice
from both of our runners.
Toilet.
Oh, Doge trying to grab it. Oh, falling right off of that.
How did he not fall before? A nice 18-12 from Toilet to finish off that game 2. Nicely done.
Huge GGs to Toilet on that.
Much
Much cleaner run, and
quick LBLJ practice.
it's really interesting too with Toilet in the first race. It really looked like they just didn't have a ton of practice at the LBLJ route, or sorry, the non-LBLJ route.
Yeah,
but in this run, unexpectedly they just decided to go for that same route again, and they had so much more success with it, which is really great to see. The shirt was holding them back before, and I think taking the shirt off was definitely a good decision.
Definitely helped save a lot of frames here and there with that little bit of air drag now removed from Toilet.
Yeah, I mean, we've had so many world records in this game set with shirt off. I mean, the power of shirt off has demonstrated itself time and time again.
Toilet accidentally switching layouts, but all seems to be well again. No worries there. Doge getting another LBJ practice in.
We may need to implement a shirt ban or a shirtless ban. Category split, shirt and shirtless.
True. Might be too OP.
And yes, this is a best of 3, so we've got one more round setting up for you. Toilet guaranteeing that they're going to move on into a game 3 here with this win. Doginator did manage to snag a win in the first round, but unfortunately just wasn't quite able to pull it together in the second round. Side hop really did them in that second round. But we'll see what happens here. Going on into a game 3 for all the marbles. Let's see, both our runners got to make sure that their files are clear and all. I'm sure Toilet just needs a minute after that run. I'm sure like the nerves were definitely still probably getting to them just after that performance of that first race. You know, after a run has so many catastrophic issues like that, it's really easy to just get deep into your own head and just start thinking that like, oh, I'm just gonna mess everything up in this run too, and you know everything else. So it's really good to see that they were able to have a lot more success this time around. And we got that Amarek pitch bending coming out too. I don't know exactly what setting causes that, but a lot of runners will use the Amarek recording software to do local recordings of their runs, and they'll just take the output of that software and use that as their OBS input. And for some reason, if you don't have it set up a very specific way, then you end up getting this like weird pitch bending in the audio every so often.
Yeah, those fanfares definitely did take a nice bend downwards.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Might be a GVUSB thing. That's the name of the capture card that a ton of runners use. For these old game consoles that only have like a composite video output, they don't have any fancy HDMI output unless you have a soldering iron, $200, and a handful of dreams. You gotta use a special capture card like a GVUSB. So, Kraken Shot, there are a couple of version differences between English and the Japanese ROM that actually make the Japanese game slightly faster. In particular, in the introduction, Peach doesn't bother to read her letter in Japanese since she assumes that you can read Japanese. But in English, since they know that a lot of little kids that can't read English are playing, she reads the letter for you. And that takes a little bit of extra time. And then meanwhile, the text boxes are kind of weird. So on English, you can actually scroll through text boxes marginally faster. But certain text boxes on JP have less boxes overall because, like, with Japanese characters, you can convey more meaning with less characters than you would with English letters. But another weird thing, though, is the way the font works out between the English and the JP ROMs. There are some text boxes that are actually shorter on English just because, like, there's more text condensed. So I believe the Bomb on Battlefield text box on English, I think it's 2 boxes, but on JP it's 3, just because of the way that the text is laid out. And there are like just other random sporadic differences like that. But yeah, I think I've way too thoroughly explained the text box difference. It's because of like that weird discrepancy though, and the fact that the JP boxes scroll slower, that English is faster for 70 star and for 0 star.
Right.
And yeah, another weird version difference, as Grego pointed out, on the Japanese version, Mips runs at the same speed both of the times that you encounter him, but on the English version, they slow him down for the first encounter at 15 stars. So for this category, if someone decides to run on English, then they actually get a much, much easier to catch Mips. But yeah, Japanese is faster for this category, as well as 1 star and 120 star. Meanwhile, English is faster for 0 star and 70 star.
It is fun to see that across the categories, both versions actually do get used.
Yeah, especially since like a lot of games really just settle on one or the other.
Yeah.
And for a ton of games, especially nowadays, the only difference is text.
Yeah.
But for a lot of retro games, there were a lot more differences. It's interesting, though, that as far as I understand it, Ocarina of Time actually is one of those few games from that era that the only difference is the text. I think there might be like 1 or 2 small glitch differences, but besides that, like the 1.0 English version and the Japanese version are fundamentally exactly the same. But we got both runners setting up. Get ready with the countdown in the background.
I'm very excited for this game 3. We'll see if we're sticking with the same routes this time or not. If both runners are going to...
Not sure if we're still live.
Uh-oh.
It's me, Mario.
Yes,
right.
I can hear you.
Getting right into this game 3. Got the countdown through in chat. Got this intro going. And so it's certainly going to be interesting seeing exactly what these players decide to opt for, like we were talking about just a moment ago, technical difficulties aside. But yeah, I would think the play is to go for no LBLJ, because especially Toilet demonstrated that they are absolutely proficient with the no LBLJ route. It's going to be a lot more consistent than the LBLJ route. Doge did demonstrate. I mean, to be honest, Doge kind of had better results when they went with the LBLJ route.
Yeah.
Even though they were talking in the back room about how they had learned a lot of this stuff very recently, they seemed to have a bit better luck with that route. Even though they did have some pretty significant issues with Pillarless. So let's see. Toilet does manage to hit Lakitu this time around. So
we got a game 3, folks. We got 2 Lakitu skips.
and we got a big route difference here. Doge opting for
deviation.
LBLJ, Toilet for non.
Wow.
Let's see. And Doge, let's see, building up a lot of speed here.
Oh,
Pause
another
buffering.
buffer.
There we go. See, like, a really good LBLJ would be like a 119. Like, that'd be a supreme LBLJ. Like a 118 if you're Luigi. But, like, getting a 124 with a pause buffer is not bad at all. Toilet not going to even try for a second try bomb clip. Instead, getting bodied by the Chain Chomp while they're attempting to break its pole. The Chain Chomp not understanding the freedom that Mario is trying to give it. Chain Chomp is like the only NPC in this entire video game that Mario tries to benefit, aside from Princess Peach. Like, every Goomba, stomp on him. Womp King tries to talk about how they're mistreated, stomp on him. Like, Dom King, throw him off of the like, little platform he's on. But the Chain Chomp, we're gonna give him his freedom, let him run away into the blue skies abyss. Like, I mean, that's a beautiful thing.
It really is. Doge had a bit of a scary moment there on the platforms for the 6th red coin, but finishes it up just fine as Toilet now heads into Womps.
And getting a nice little double firsties ending to the end of Dark World as well. And yes, this is LBLJ that you see. Doginator rocking this LBLJ route so far, getting a fairly clean Dark World, getting a Bowser dance. That is a really low chance.
Oh,
meanwhile, Toilet gets a ledge grab on Salt Plus. Not the worst way to fail it, honestly.
Oh no, but then falls off.
So they're not able to try for a full setup backup. Yeah, that's
unfortunate. Gonna back it up with Wild Blue here as Doge is getting... I forget that the key turned into a star there. I was so confused for a second. I was gonna say he was holding a star.
I think that's JP specific. I'm not entirely sure.
I think it might be.
There are a lot of really little version differences that don't actually affect gameplay, and I think that's one of them. I believe, too, there's like this weird coin shower effect that happens either on the big star or on the keys.
Very nice textureless here from Toilet. Smart going for that after the first Salt Plus failing, you know, maybe they just figure let's just get the star and get on with it.
That's definitely the thought process I would go through, because I mean, that's not a strat that you want to have to back up a second time.
Definitely. Doge here going for the full setup. A little
taking
bit of
things really,
on the
really
walking,
comfy.
yeah. That's
not quite getting the position right, and like I think you mentioned too, like the slow walking that they did for that first ledge grab on the wooden plank. It seemed like it took them a little longer than usual, and that can sometimes change your position ever so slightly.
Yep. It's crazy how, you know, not just the speed of tapping up versus pressing A to get Mario up from a ledge, but it is a little bit of a position difference, and definitely with a trick like Cannonless, any amount of deviation can just spell disaster.
Yeah, and if you're going to go for full setup for its consistency, then I feel like you should definitely consult Drogi's tutorial video where there's an image that shows you all the ledge grab positions for like that very first starting ledge grab on the bricks, and like shows you where to ledge grab to get it to work 100% consistently. Toilet taking some extra lag on the Womp kill there. He had his camera really close on the actual Womp kill, so he's getting a little extra lag where he didn't really need to get it. Not sure what the deal there was.
Second full Cannonless setup doing really nice here, but I guess it's hard for me to wrap my head around who technically is, you know, in the lead or not because of the route differences, but
exactly.
Like right now, Toilet is definitely schmoovin' still.
Yeah. It certainly will speed up once Doge gets into the basement, though, because a lot of the stars that Doge is going to be doing are going to be pretty quick, and I mean, Toilet's got some quick stars ahead of them, but you've also got to remember, Doginator has Dark World behind them entirely. But let's see here. Doge's going to have to go for Pillarless, and this was a huge enemy in the first race.
Yep. Alright, let's see how it works for Doge.
Oh, nice big bomb grab here.
Nice.
Got a good regrab. Doing the standard regrab. Nicely done. Okay.
Ground
Got the
pound's
good.
looking good.
Let's go. Got the up.
Nice.
All right. Nice
Toilet
first
with a
try.
good pro wall kick strat as well. Very nicely done by both players. But
Super clean from Toilet.
Doge has to be feeling good about that after having a tough time with last game 1.
Meanwhile, Toilet gonna go ahead and take care of the penguin.
Oh, riding the corner of the pillar there, but still gonna make it.
Here we go!
Actually goes for the long jump, which normally you would see paired with the Mario C down to line up that part.
Maybe just hasn't practiced the camera a ton or something, because that letting the camera spin around the pyramid is just awkward. I don't really see what the benefit would be. But, and yet again, okay, so this must be intentional the way that they go for this star, and I really don't get it. Why, they must be playing on a controller that, like, doesn't let camera buttons be pressed easily or something? Because, I mean, all you gotta do is a C left, C down, and you can just hold left for that triple jump. It sets itself up. But,
yeah,
in any event.
Well,
they still got the star, and they're still advancing LOL.
Sure. I was gonna say could also be. I'm not sure if either of these runners first started on emulator or not, but you know, you definitely do when playing on emulator face a lot of weird camera problems with not using the particular hardware. Interesting movement for those reds there from Doge, but.
Yeah, that's known as the poverty shake movement. So if you know that you're not going to make the standard shake movement, you can actually go for that movement instead. And it makes things really, really free and comfy for a backup. And it is actually, I think, slightly faster than the original, like, normal shake movement. But a lot of runners just opt to go for the normal shake movement instead, just out of, I guess, more comfortability with doing it fast. Because trying to do that pop shake movement fast to make it faster
and Doginator
really
able
hard.
to nail Logless this time.
Beautiful stuff. That's gotta be a huge point of relief. That must have been like a huge anxiety point going into that star. I'm really glad they were able to go ahead and get that first ride. Like I said, as long as everything in your initial setup works, going into like running into that triple jump, the triple jump is so easy. But like the second that you ledge grab somewhere you don't want to, or like you have to like try the triple jump again or something, like just if anything is off, everything just really, really goes downhill real fast.
Definitely.
The Toilet coming out of Dark World with a pretty decent time here.
Oh, scary time for a dog.
Very, very nice backup there.
All right. Whew. And now with Toilet entering basement, really only about the star lead, but Doge also about to get quite another quick one here, so...
I believe the bully will be the longest one that they'll have to do in the route. Depends on how long Volcano takes, I think. But
right.
Taking some real comfy movement inside the volcano. Having a little better time with that triple jump this time. Still grabbing the pole, not quite where they wanted to.
Oh no, Toilet missing the fly guy again!
That is the most infuriating mistake. And it's always those moments on no LBLJ that you're like, man, I wish I just did side hop instead of this stupid star. Because this loses about as much time as a first try side hop miss would lose. So, you know, you go for Talon because it's supposed to be more consistent, and then Talon just decides, no. Doge.
Toilet setting it up here again. Oh god!
Oh, just
Fly guy just does not want to come this time. Oh no.
And meanwhile, Doge having to back up this little cheeky side flip wall kick in the secret room, but working out just fine the second try. And that's a little faster than doing the elevator clip when you do it optimally. Personally, I end up going for a triple jump off the left-hand wall instead of that side flip, but different runners kind of have different strats they're more comfortable with there.
Right.
Toilet also taking that just awkward turning around cam on the pyramid. I just don't know why you wouldn't use Mario Cam there. Because that's the big thing that you like to use Mario Cam for over Lakitu Cam generally is the fact... Ooh.
Oh no!
Ooh,
Not
Doge
another
getting
one.
trapped
Doge
up.
can't get out. Okay.
Oh man. Okay. So yeah, the way that floor is shaped, if you've never like walked around there, it's hard to realize, but like that floor kind of traps you in if you get caught right against the wall right there.
Oh. We're gonna be taking a burn, but nothing too serious here.
Is Doge gonna go ahead and Toad
fucking gives Toad a right hook. Kind of messed up.
Just letting Toad know that he needs to give up the star post haste. Absolute Toad abuse.
Let's see if Toilet... You know, Toilet, a much more diplomatic person here, just reasons with the Toad. Toad realizes, ah yes, Toilet should definitely have my star. Here you go.
Oh, right! You're the one that's saving us from Bowser. Yeah, you should definitely have the star, not me, who's just sitting here bouncing my arms up and down.
Toilet now entering HMC as Doge is leaving.
Yeah, Doge with a significant lead. The LBLJ gamble paying off pretty significantly. Toilet is having so many issues with talent. That's really what's held them back so significantly.
Yeah. And that's such a costly star to keep trying again, and really unfortunate to see. Doge with that really nice MIPS there through the wooden door. Let's see through the star door.
Very clean.
Very nice as well.
Just really YOLOs that fire siege door clip, but
it really does.
Makes it work.
Well, they have no bonk, but will secure that last HMC star as Doge enters the tunnel of the EDG.
Got Toilet advancing over to their own rabbit-grabbing bonanza.
For the long jumps there. Just a little short of being able to try for the standing punch grab, but is able to get a dive grab without also sliding, so that is good. Let's see how this first clip goes. It's Doge. I think Doge might just, feel more comfortable with the triple jump, but very nice.
He's just really taking things slow and deliberately on a few different stars in this route, and it certainly is still paying off for them.
Oh my god!
That's GG, I think. I'm pretty sure that's GG.
Yeah.
Toilet, okay, so Toilet's got to re-enter and exit a stage. Because Toilet didn't actually grab the star, yeah, Mips is bye-bye gone behind that door. He will not be coming back.
Oh,
so now,
god.
Toilet, I think, could have re-entered LLL and exited, but I guess just wants to go ahead and take care of it a bit faster in HMC. I'm not really sure.
Oh,
I guess
so
the death itself is faster in HMC, but... Okay, so having to just completely restart the entire segment, that is the roughest mistake. Oh, you hate to see it so much. At least he didn't grab the star. If he grabbed the star, that's a complete GG. Okay, we got Mips in hand again. We're cool. We're cool.
We're cool. Everything's fine. Toilet lining up here that looks good.
He does have the wooden door clip here.
Alright, not opting for the same clip as before.
There we go.
Not lose Mips again. Was able to get through. Doge having
got a whole sub-star and all of
here.
Fire Seed between themselves and Doginator.
Oh man, yeah, this is an
curious. Oh, they're still going for rear sub. Okay, I wonder if they just don't know front sub, but I honestly do still kind of think this is the play with how wrecked your emotions are from like all that issue with Mips. I really feel like front sub would probably just be too much on your nerves and probably just mess up all over again.
The jump onto the fin now has
jumping a little bit short of the fin, taking all the lag in the world.
Oh.
And
get up there fine.
As chat's pointing out, Doge is on pretty definite PB pace. Let's see what happens with these BLJs. I know I probably just commentators cursed it, but let's see. BLJs can give, but they can also take away. Let's see. Okay, getting a catch. We got some speed.
Good.
Going against the wall, so we got to build up some extra speed. But
there we go. He is through.
And that's pretty much the major point of time loss. Just needs to get through the endless staircase. Better not take that left angle. Don't do it. Don't do it.
God.
Okay, okay, they're setting up properly, so they're not going to get the wet dry world angle. I don't... Wait.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
that did kind of look like it for a
They
second.
corrected themselves. Okay. Here we go.
Oh, God. Okay.
Here we go. As Toilet takes an unfortunate death in Fire Sea.
No, Toilet.
Doginator taking some, like, almost a 120 star-esque movement with that triple jump. But that's okay. Just needs to advance their way through Sky. So close to victory in this round.
Yeah, this is a very comfortable lead if you are Doginator. Don't need to pull out anything fancy. Just need to get your bits. Toilet making a nice cycle there. Goes for the fast backup with the side flip as well.
Oh, Doge trying for the
wrong.
woodblock strap for safety, but ends up paying for it. Oh, man. You always hate when that strat doesn't work out, because it's supposed to be the safe strat, but it's surprisingly finicky if you haven't practiced it recently.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting, though. Doge takes, like, the backwards camera from what most
Yeah, I
people
was
do
just
here.
gonna say that it like really trips me up trying to wrap my head around the camera that way. But is
taking
able
a
to
bit of
get
a
it
ground
this
pound.
time. Toilet getting the throw onto Bowser.
And unfortunately, the Sky Shenanigans have pretty well done the PB in for Doge, but could still get a decent, nice little low 18 with this.
Definitely. They're trying to pressure Doge there, but gonna make it into the pipe just fine. Toilet just now coming out of Fire Sea. Gonna take quite the amount of missed throws from Doge here for Toilet to be able to catch up, but that's gonna be the first one from Doge. Doesn't get the regrab, but should be able to get it still. A little short on the throw, but oh no, diving into Bowser.
Oh, man.
Not too close to the edge though, should be fine.
Here we go.
All
Turning
right.
Bowser around. There we go.
Toilet gets a first try BLJ, but Doge is looking for his third throw, and that's gonna
There it
be
is.
it.
Nicely done from Doginator, who's going to be moving right on along. GG's
Really
to
nicely
Toilet.
done.
Yeah, really, he honestly took a really significant gamble going for the LBLJ route on this attempt, but it certainly
God.
paid off. Jumping right past the star, having a little bit of a Luigi moment
Mario,
there, but
please.
that's okay.
Can we get some Mario pleases in? Oh God.
About to just jump right off. But, you know, it was certainly a gamble going for that LBLJ route, but it absolutely paid off. They were able to perform, especially on stars like Pillarless, and that really made the difference with this Game 3. And huge
Definitely.
GGs to Toilet. I mean, it was unfortunate the way that run really ended with that MIPS just going right through the door issue, but they're going to go ahead and call it after that Fallen Sky, but absolute GGs to Toilet, especially for taking this
incredible
to Game 3.
match still. Especially being able to come back and win Game 2 after Game 1, the LBLJ failing and having to just swap to a completely different route. Like, amazing perseverance here. What a great match.
Exactly right. And when runs aren't going your way, it's so easy to just say, all right, screw this, and just go ahead and forfeit. But, you know, huge GGs to Toilet for going ahead and just finishing out these runs and giving us a great showing today. Oh, I apologize, yes. Doge definitely would have been better off going for low-risk strats like Pillarless, completely. And let's see if either of these runners happen to be down for an interview today.
Perhaps pick the brains of these talented runners. Find out some of the stuff that went wrong, some of the stuff that went well. But obviously not necessary for sure. Sometimes the Mario speaks for itself, you know? And just
All
like
right.
that, we've got both of them in the booth. Let's go.
Hey guys.
Hi.
All right.
I'm doing
And so, I guess starting with Doge, how are you feeling after that win, especially after having to take it to a Game 3?
that was my first race in like 2 years, and I've been practicing 12 hours a day for the last week, and I just got an LBLJ PB, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Nicely done. All right.
Incredible.
I didn't realize that your existing PB was on the non-LBLJ route, so
Yeah.
that must feel really nice.
Yeah.
Speaking of, like, what motivated you to go ahead and go for the LBLJ route in Game 3, knowing how it kind of shook out in Game 1?
I was scared. I thought with my pause buffer, I get LBLJs pretty consistently. The time loss was probably worth the about 25 seconds that I would gain from the route itself. I guess that was my logic there.
Definitely, no doubt. Although I mean, you know, you're going to be introducing stars like Pillowless, or like you're going to be committing for sure to side hop. You're going to be having to deal like with a lot more of LOL and HFC. So I mean, it just kind of, you know, I could certainly see like if you got the LBLJ consistent, but still like the rest of the stars, it's got to be a daunting thing.
It is, and especially since the route's new to me. Side hop, I've been doing okay with. I don't know what happened Game 2.
I was curious why. What motivated you to not just, you know, say I want to go to HMC and get my 2 stars there instead?
I mean, you saw it yourself. I almost died to the boulders. That happens to me sometimes. I don't like it.
Fair.
Yeah, that
Very
was
good.
that was very scary for sure.
And we've also got Toilet in the call with us. How are you feeling after those runs?
I don't know, man. I don't know if I could do this anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel so shit. But I did good the second race. I could have PB'd if I didn't fuck up, I don't know, something. I forgot exactly what happened.
You were doing pretty good third
PB'd
race.
in no LBLJ. Yeah,
You
until,
did really good on the third race, too. It was just MIPS.
The MIPS
That's
incident.
Yeah.
You
And
were
then
really
the fire
close to
sea
me,
death.
even with
The incident.
The second...
time.
When I re-entered Fire Sea, after the death, I did really good. Like, I got full glitch, and I did the triple jump ending. That felt really good. But that's about it.
There's definitely a lot of good stuff between the runs. It's just that first
Definitely.
run had a lot of unfortunate mistakes throughout. Do you feel like having to convert from going for LBLJ to going down to the non-LBLJ route kind of messed with you in that first race?
Yeah, that was a nightmare, but it happens. It's whatever.
I mean, props for having the perseverance to, you know, just go ahead and go with the no LBLJ route Game 2 and securing the win that time. I mean, takes a lot to definitely go from, oh my god, my entire route just fell apart before my eyes, to then winning Game 2. So big shout out for that for sure.
Even race 3, if I miss MIPS, I'm done. I would not have kept going there. It's, just a good job for that, honestly.
Yeah, props to still running it out, seeing it through.
Yeah. Also, during when the MIPS thing happened, Poke DM'd me and said I could have just went through the key door again instead of dying in HMC.
Oh wow.
So
yeah.
if that was earlier, I could have potentially saved a lot of time, but that's whatever.
Man, it's one of those mistakes that's so rare that like you don't even think to try to practice it, or like how do I even account for it? And so until it happens to you in a situation like this. At least you hadn't grabbed that star. I was in a race with, I think it was actually Nicroveda, and like he grabbed the star and then dropped MIPS right through the door and just had to forfeit.
Oh my god.
I voted for myself in the prediction and made 14 times my channel points back. Let's go.
Oh man. Doge fans absolutely eating good tonight out of the prediction.
It was great to see, you know, the Doge enjoyers and the toilet enjoyers, you know, go in rooting for their respective runners, and the ups and downs of all the matches, you know. It was, honestly, it was really close. It really was that MIPS in Game 3 that, you know, really, like, separated the rest of this entire match. Like, it's really unfortunate that happened, but in a way, I guess it maybe is better than just like dying to a certain star a million times. I don't know.
Yeah, like Lava Boot, Logless even.
Surely no one did that.
I think if you didn't miss MIPS, we would have been in throws together.
E?
Yeah, it probably would have been fairly close, yeah. Hold on. GG's to both runners, of course, and great showing across all three runs, and especially a lot of perseverance through a lot of, when things don't go your way, it can be really frustrating and be really easy to just say, all right, I throw in the towel, but a lot of perseverance from both of our runners today. And GG's to Toilet, unfortunately not going to be moving on through the bracket, but that's completely okay. And meanwhile, Doge going to be moving on through our qualifiers. So what are you planning on focusing on and practicing for the coming week before your next matchup, Doge?
Zero Cycle and Bowser 3. Both of those.
Thanks, add to the list.
I'm surprised
Yeah.
Side Hop isn't on that list.
I don't know. Side Hop, I've gotten really good at. It's just that one race, I had a complete meltdown. But you saw I went to HMC, came back with the fresh mind, then I got it first try. Which I went from HMC to LLL just kind of as a joke, honestly.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. That was just like, did that make MIPS weird? Like, have you practiced a MIPS grab from LLL, or did you? Still got a decent grab at least.
Yeah, thanks.
But anyway, we've got the runners for the next race going ahead and setting up, so we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break. But for now, I'm Electric, joined in the commentary booth by Guh. It's been an absolute pleasure commentating with you today.
Oh, thank you. You as well. Feel like I got to commentate with a legend, so that's pretty exciting.
Oh, I've only just done this once or twice. I'm no legend.
Yeah, we talked about that before. I think we found out it was only once, right? Just once, maybe twice, maybe. But yeah, GG's to both runners. Couldn't have asked for a better match to commentate. That was so much fun. GG's to both of y'all for real. Really good stuff.
Thank you.
And with that, we will be right back in just a few minutes. So stick around, folks.